Before you even decide whether Michael Corleone is a hero or a villain, you need to understand one thing. He didn't win because he was the most violent. He won because he was the smartest man in every room he ever walked into. And the truth is, most people who watch the Godfather trilogy never actually see how deep his strategies go. They see the shots, the betrayals, the big moments, but they miss the moves that were happening long before anyone realized there was a war. So, in this video, you're not just going to watch the story again. You're going to see it differently. You're going to understand how Michael outsmarted every enemy, every rival, every traitor, from the 5 families to Hyman Roth, to the people inside his own home. And by the end, you might even discover something that changes the way you view the Corleone legacy forever. If you want to understand the real mind behind the Don, and if you want to see the trilogy in a way most viewers never notice, stay till the end. Because the truth behind Michael's rise is hidden in the details everyone overlooks. How Michael outsmarted his enemies. Michael Corleone never planned to be a leader. But when the world around him collapsed, he stepped into the role with one advantage no one expected. He saw the game from outside the system. He didn't grow up inside the criminal world like Sonny or Fredo. He came from the outside with a soldier's training, a student's discipline, and a strategist's patience. And that's why his enemies never saw him coming. 1. He understood silence is a weapon. From the hospital to the sit-down with Sollozzo, Michael realized something his enemies couldn't. The loudest men are the easiest to predict. Men like Sonny burst with emotion. Men like Tessio trust their instincts too much. Even the heads of the other families wore their agendas on their sleeves. Michael kept everything inside. Silence gave him control. Silence made his enemies underestimate him. Silence turned every move he made into a surprise. 2. He used observation the way others used violence. Most men in the mafia world looked for power through fear. Michael looked for mistakes. He watched Sonny fall into Sollozzo's trap. He watched Tessio try to act smarter than he was. He watched Moe Greene demand respect instead of earning it. He watched Carlo play a dangerous game without realizing he had no protection left. Everyone showed their hand. Michael waited and watched until every piece was exposed. 3. He mastered timing. No one in the trilogy uses timing like Michael. He never strikes when he's angry. He strikes when his enemies think the danger has passed. He waits for Sonny's death to shake the families. He waits for the peace meeting before planning the ultimate retaliation. He waits for Moe Greene to laugh at him before removing him from the board. He waits for Roth to underestimate him in Cuba. He waits for the Senate to think he's cornered before flipping the narrative. Timing is Michael's superpower. It's why his enemies never understand what's happening until it's already over. 4. He never fights head-on. He redirects the battlefield. Michael knows something Sonny never learned. If you fight on your enemy's terms, you lose. So, he changes the terrain every time. Sollozzo expects a quick negotiation. Michael turns it into a mission he controls. The 5 families expect fear. Michael hides behind diplomacy until the exact moment he doesn't. Roth expects loyalty. Michael hides behind curiosity, caution, and respect, then dismantles Roth's plans from the inside. Even in Part 3, when age slows him down, this strategy remains. He survives because he knows where the real danger is, not in the gun, but in the ambition behind it. 5. He removes the root, not the branches. Every enemy Michael eliminates is the one who creates instability, not the one who shouts the loudest, not the one who insults him, not the one who stands in front, but the one who thinks they can control the future. Barzini, not Tattaglia. Moe Greene, not the casino managers. Roth, not the Rosados. Tessio, not Clemenza. Carlo, not the men who carried out the beating. Michael doesn't waste time chasing symptoms. He targets the source and deletes it with precision. 6. He accepts that loyalty is temporary. This is the hardest truth of the trilogy. Michael learns from his father that loyalty is everything, but he learns from experience that loyalty has an expiration date. Sollozzo corrupts corruptible men. Barzini whispers promises in the right ears. Roth buys ambition with quiet deals. Even Fredo, blood of his blood, breaks. Michael survives because he expects betrayal long before it arrives. He never panics when loyalty shifts. He prepares for it. That's why he outsmarts everyone. Not because he trusts no one, but because he prepares for the day when those he trusts change sides. 7. He plays the long game. Always Michael's mind works across years, not days. Defeating the 5 families wasn't the end. It was step 1. Building the empire out west wasn't victory. It was positioning. Taking out Roth wasn't revenge. It was preventing a chain reaction. Even isolating Fredo wasn't punishment. It was controlling risk. Michael outsmarts his enemies because he thinks further than anyone else. Everyone else plays for survival. Michael plays for legacy. Final thoughts. Michael isn't the strongest or the most feared. He isn't the loudest or the most brutal. He isn't the man who wanted the throne. He simply became the one who understood the world better than anyone fighting him. And that's why his enemies fell. Not because he forced them down, but because they walked into his plans without ever realizing he had written the ending long before the war even began.